This makes prospects who have money want to choose your coaching program if they're coming from ads. What I want to do today is explain to you how to get cold strangers to see you as the only option if they're coming from ads, even if you have no following or major social media presence. Let's talk about it. There's three things that are happening in the marketplace right now. And then what I want to talk about is three things that stopped working and then the three strategies you need to use. So we're going to go quick, especially if you want to get prospects who will pay you what you're worth, who come from ads and go, that's who I want to work with, show up to your calls and pay in full. Okay, without a bunch of crazy objections about what makes you different, why should I work with you, so on and so forth. And they basically just pay up and want to buy. So there's three things that have happened in this last year. The first one is everybody's over-promising results. Okay, right now in your niche, you've got all kinds of, for example, let's say you're dealing in the weight loss niche, you've got all kinds of competitors who are over-promising results, quicker results, faster this, faster that. They're offering one-on-one coaching for super discounted price. They're all this crazy stuff. So in your market, you've got people over-promising. The second thing you've got is people making outrageous claims that they're somehow the best coach. They've worked with this guru. They've got PhDs in this. They've got doctorates. They've got this. It's this never-ending cycle of there's always somebody better. So it can create that fear in a lot of coaches who are like, geez, I'm not that. How am I in the world am I going to compete? The third one is right now there's this whole concept of instant coaches with a ton of AI created content, books, courses that are just flooding the market. And all that stuff's being created super fast and you really can't compete. And then the fourth problem that's happening right now is organic content is not getting seen like it did in 2024, 2025, because there's so much content now, it's not getting seen in terms of percentage. So if you got 1,000 followers, you used to get your content get seen by about 100 or 200 of those people every time you made a post on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. Now it's like 20 people. So how do you compete? Well, you have to be seen as the only option. And I want to explain to you how to do that over these next few minutes. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Jason Nybeck. I've been at this since 2003. I'm originally from Canada, but me and my family moved to Vegas in 2020. And I've coached well in excess of 1,000 coaches in my high ticket coaching program. And I've spent well over $4 million on ads, making this work, figuring this out. So what I want you to do real quick is hit that subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube so that you can get all the updates. I constantly am creating new trainings, what's working, all that kind of stuff. And you just never know when the next video might be the exact thing you needed to get your business to the next level. So hit that. So here's what's happened in 2026 so far and what's going to happen that makes it different than 2025 and backwards 2024. And the three things that used to work that are no longer working. Okay. First one, showing proof. People are overwhelmed by proof, adding more case studies, more testimonials, more proof of what you've done, who you are. It's hit the law of diminishing returns. And so it's not helping. Okay. It's good to have, but when everybody does the same thing, it devalues the effectiveness of it. Number two, the second issue is creating authority-based content. So this used to be popular years ago where you'd create content that makes you look like the authority. When somebody would watch it, read it, whatever, engage it, they'd be like, wow, that person really knows what they're talking about. I want to work with them. Doesn't happen anymore because AI can create authority-based content, right? And then the third thing is basic funnels. A lot of coaches are starting to just add in, a video, a this, a that, something else. And the problem is not the funnel. The problem is the psychology of the people coming into that funnel. What do I mean by that? Well, think about it. 3-4 years ago, say around 2020, people, if you were a mindset coach, right? You help people overcome anxiety. People would have anxiety. They'd see your stuff on Facebook. They'd click your ad. They'd watch your 5-minute video and be like, wow, this person's really good. They've got some case studies. They've got a certification as an NLP coach or something like that, whatever it is. I need to work with them. They can help me overcome anxiety, right? And they would book a call. They would all show up and you'd say it's $5,000. They'd be like, all right, here's my card. Let's do it. And life was good. But now what's happening is they're coming on calls. They're like, well, what makes you different? I've been on 15 of these calls. I've worked with this person. I've worked with that person. Nothing really works like they say they do. And so people's brains are different now. And so the traditional basic funnel is not working. So here's what we need to do right now in order for you to be seen as the only option coming from ads and to get coaching prospects. Choose you, even though you might not have a ton of social proof, and so on and so forth. The first thing you need to do on your ad is you need to invert your ads. Okay. Inverted ads are working really well right now. In fact, they've been working really well for about 2 years. So here's how the inverted ad works. There's 3 things you need to know. The first one is inverted ads. The third part is most important. So stick around for that. What an inverted ad is this. What happened is a lot of coaches are using ads that are opportunity based. So let's stick with the mindset coach analogy, right? And so what coaches are doing is they're like, hey, are you struggling with anxiety? Are you struggling with workplace stress or relationship based stress or whatever it is you need, and they would put that, I've got 3 secrets to overcoming anxiety. Click the link now. The problem is what that's doing is it's getting, and I've talked about this in other videos, you're getting people who are aspirational, who are like, yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love to do that. Oh yeah. So that's so me. You know what I mean? And they're not qualified. Okay. And so what's happening is they're coming to your site or whatever it is, you've taken them to your funnel or what have you. And then Facebook or Meta is going back into the audience to find more of those people. And what it's doing is it's getting more of the people who maybe are unemployed or underemployed or something like that. So you want to invert your ad. How inverted ads work are you start with the qualifier of money. I've seen this happen. I've got a client, super amazing guy, and he helps people overcome diabetes. Guys, mainly men, in his ad, it's like, I can't remember offhand, but it's like, guys 50 plus who need to lose X amount overweight and make 200,000 a year or something like that. He's starting off with the qualifier. And then you invert it so that you're not focused on the outcome. You're starting with what they've tried. Have you tried other coaching programs to overcome anxiety? Have you already read all the anxiety books? Have you gone to the conferences and it's not working? Well, the good news is there's this, that, and the other thing. And so we're targeting the people who have tried all the things. And so we invert the ad. So instead of an opportunity-based ad, it's more of not a pain-based ad, but connecting with people who have already tried all these things so that you get a better buyer. Because if people have been trying stuff and you target them by income, that means they're more qualified and they'll want to fix it. Okay, so that's the first thing we need to do. Second thing we need to do is this. Your content has to go from authority creating to belief shifting, which creates authority. Okay. So traditionally it was create authority content and authority funnels and authority this, and you get them on a webinar and you talk about, here's what you need to understand and all that. And you're secretly sort of showing them why they are good, right? And this used to be really popular. Your webinar sort of was a preview of your coaching program. Your videos were like a preview of what they're going to learn. And people would go, wow, if Coach Sally's free stuff is this good, could you imagine how good her paid stuff would be? I got to find out more. How do I book a call? You see what I mean? And that doesn't work anymore. In fact, what it's doing is it's overwhelming people. So you have to create belief shifting content, which creates authority. Let me give you an example. So a number of years ago, I smashed my head skiing up in Canada at Sunshine Village. It's a really cool ski resort in Canadian Rockies. And it was really bad. And for years, the chiropractor, what he was doing is he was just popping my C2 back in and popping in. It kept coming out, popping in, kept coming out. And then my lower back, my vertebrae in my back started coming out, and it was really hard. And so I kept going to chiropractors and nobody could fix it. And they kept telling me the same thing. Oh, you just got to keep going. Just keep going. It's going to be okay. Just keep going. It's, that type of thing. And then I found this guy in Vegas who I met, and he was way more money than everybody else. And he's like, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to use this special X-ray machine, and then I'm going to move it, and then it's going to fix your lower back. And he made me watch all this crazy content and before he did it about what this means and what that means. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then he's like, here's the thing. If I do this right, you're never going to have to get your lower back adjusted again. And I've been going about every 2 or 3 weeks for years to get my lower back adjusted. Sure enough, he did it. It worked. I haven't gone back since to get my lower back adjusted. I get my C2 adjusted about every 4 weeks just because my C2 kind of corkscrews out, and it's better than surgery, right? And it's not painful. And so what happened is he shifted my belief system, which created the authority. He's like, give me all this stuff, show me all this stuff, show me the why, show me the this, boom, created the authority. So what has to happen is all your content needs to be designed about helping people understand why the thing they think they're believing is wrong and why this way is the right way versus here's 3 more tips, here's the secrets, the this, the that, the 5 ways, the that. That's all basic. So you've got to ask yourself, what do they believe? What beliefs do I have to shift? What do I have to do? And then get them to believe the right things. And then through that, it creates authority. Okay. Now, the third thing that you need to do, and this comes back to the ads, is you have to leverage the 11 touch point strategy. So Google came out with this study a number of years ago now and said, if you want people to buy online, one of the things they need is about 11 touch points. Okay. And here's why, because the more touch points people have, the more they believe you, because it's that relationship type thing. In the offline world, it was all about who you know and referrals and all that. And so what we have to do is we have to create a touch point system where you basically bubble wrap your ideal client. So when they come into your world, they're going to get multiple touch points of belief system shifting content. And what that's going to do is it increases your status. Okay. Because here's the thing, the person who has the highest status and the most touch points is the one who gets believed the most, and then they want to work with you. It's very simple psychology. And so what's happening is what we use is we call our mini celebrity status ads ecosystem. And how we do it is this. I'll just explain it to you. When somebody comes into our world, sign up for our Skool community or what have you, I have very specific types of ads that go out, and they're super cheap, and they only go to the people in our Skool community. And there's special types of ads that are just little belief shifting content, helping them through this and seeing that and understand this a different way and understand that. And the average amount of frequency is about 15 times. So the average person in our Skool community over a period of a month will see our stuff about 15 times. That's how powerful this strategy is. And so then what it does is it elevates your status. So then people start seeing you and they start listening to it, and they slowly are believing it and understanding it. It's really, in a way, an ethical propaganda machine. And you have to do this because what's happening is in your market right now, every other competitor you have is coming at them from all different angles with all different types of stuff. And their brains are just getting rewired and they're seeing things. So you have to be aggressive. And the old days, what coaches did is they created a 5-minute video, got them in from an ad and said, here's why you should work with me, buy now. And they're like, that's not working anymore. It's because now clients, prospects need more time because we have to help them through their belief system issues, where before it was just like, you got a problem, I'm a coach, here's how we fix it, let's do that. And so it's not a bad thing, it's just shifted. So understand that the shift from just this linear see an ad, book a call, buy, it still happens, but the vast majority of it is going to come through this multiple touch point strategy once you're shifting your belief systems and you bring them from an inverted type of ad. So these are the 3 things that are working now to help coaches get seen as the only option and get people to choose you. It's not about overpromising. It's not about the craziest guarantees. It's none of that. It's about hooking them into this system. Now, here's the cool thing. What I want to do is I want to help you out. So first of all, if you're not a member of our Skool community, click the link below and book a call. Click the link below and join our free Skool community. And the second thing is, if you're in our free Skool community, what we want to do is we want to give you a free 15-minute mini celebrity status ads ecosystem call. It's free and there's nothing to buy. There's nothing for sale on that call. It's 15 minutes. And we're going to help you kind of walk through this, what you should do, ideas that are working. We've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these calls. So instead of you kind of like figuring it all out and trying to map it out, we'll just share with you what we've seen is working in every market, what's going on here, what's going on here. I have a client who's implemented this right now, and they're averaging it in this as of this month of January, like 15 times their ad spend. So for every dollar they're spending, they're getting 15 back right now in January. So as of this recording, so 15 times. Okay. So that's great. That's amazing. And they're in a really tough market. And what we'll do is we'll help you understand what's happening, what we're seeing our best clients do, what's working now, what's not working, the shifts that you can make, the easiest ways to do this, and walk you through it all in 15 minutes. So you don't have to figure it all out yourself. Plus, we're going to give you a couple bonus trainings in our free Skool community that are going to help even more, that are normally reserved for our paid clients. So just click the link below, book in your free call, and we're going to help you map this out and help you personalize basically how to get prospects to choose you coming from ads so that you can scale to that next level, make 2026 a record year, stop having weird objections on these calls that you're getting, low show up rates, or just not being able to make ads work like they should. Click the link below, book the call. We'll help you out and get implementing these 3 steps, because it is what is working in 2026 to scale your coaching business.